Hi folks, Marnie here. I am the health promoter at Casson. One thing that I get asked quite a bit, and I wanted to come on and do an episode of Pot Shots and Slots about it, because it is a question that comes up quite often, and that is, why is it that one person becomes addicted and another person doesn't? They can even be in the same room trying the same substance at the same time. One person will continue to use over and over again, and the other person decides it's not for them. There's a lot of factors that go into this, a lot of risk factors. The first one can be that you can just be genetically predispositioned that way, meaning that through your genetics, your DNA, you may have addiction that runs on either side of the family. And that makes it more likely, the fact that you will develop an addiction in your life. This doesn't mean that you will develop an addiction. This is just a precursor, so something for you to watch out for. You, of course, are in control of that as you go along. The next thing that I would have to say is the people that you hang out with. So we've been told that many times by our parents over the years, and then in adult life as well, but we really are the sum of the top 5 people that we hang out with. So who are you keeping company with? That is generally the interests and hobbies that you're going to hold in high regard would be the same that they do. So if you want to make some changes, that's a good place where to start. Socioeconomic status. So if somebody has someone in their family who has an addiction and they can afford several thousands of dollars to send them away to a treatment facility to get some help, they of course will get more immediate help than you would if you were waiting for a bed in a treatment center to open up, something that was covered under your benefits or something like that. If you have to wait and you're on a waiting list, then the help may take longer than if you just have the funds available and can pay for it. It's unfortunate, but that is the reality of it. Your mental health. So if you start to use drugs and alcohol, especially at a young age, and we know this is particularly true with cannabis products, the younger you are, the more damage that they can actually do to your mental health. So if you already have you're dealing with bipolar or anxiety issues, and then you're using drugs to try to help alleviate some of the symptoms that you're experiencing, then you can be actually adding on many more symptoms than you think that you are by using drugs and alcohol, and with youth specifically cannabis. So that is another thing to watch out for. And the last thing that I'm going to mention is the trauma piece. So I'm sure by this point most people know what ACEs are, adverse childhood experiences. So we've all had them. We've all had trauma throughout our life, something that really upset us, that stuck with us. This can be a wide variety of things. So it can be mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. It can also be moving to a new country. It can be seeing a really horrific car accident that you can't get past. It can be an embarrassing moment. That's not for us to define what is traumatic to another person. It's to the person themselves to define if they felt trauma over that. Resiliency really helps with trauma. So taking control of how you feel about the situation, how you react to the situation can go a long way in healing those past traumas. But if you do have unhealed trauma, an addiction, it could definitely be something that is in the future for you, because people use it as a way to cope. So it's not a healthy way, and you do pay the highest consequences when you have addictions to drugs and alcohol as a way of coping. But that generally is how it starts out. Nobody ever goes looking for an addiction. It's more something that you're not even aware of the fact that it's happening until your life becomes out of control. And then you need to get some help to help you with it. With that said, we just had Recovery Day, and we see recovery at Casson all the time. So we do see a lot of people who have heavy addiction issues, but we also see people who recover, who go through programs, go through individual counseling, go through groups, and are able to live long and healthy and happy lives with their addiction. So if you are struggling and you need some help, please feel free to reach out to us, 905-684-1183. You will get a friendly voice on the other end of the line, I guarantee it. All of our services are free and confidential. And so, yeah, all you have to do is pick up the phone. It's self-referral, so you don't need a doctor's note or anything else to be able to come and see one of our counselors. And we have an amazing, amazing staff at Casson. So if you feel like you need help, please reach out. You are not alone.